Well, folks, there it is. Good old Bangkok. We are quarantined in the hotel right now. I have so much to tell you guys. Stay tuned. Mr. Black Adventures coming right at you. So, we're in Bangkok. This is the quarantine food that I got. But before we get into kind of what's been going on, I want to give a shout out to the hotel we just stayed at before we left. This is the Gaylord, Colorado. Nice hotel. For whatever reason, they hooked me up, gave me a suite. We got to check out the outdoor activities. They've got all types of stuff: roller skating, slides. They've got a indoor big. I don't know if it's 100 something inches, but it's a lot of TV and there's a lot of games you can watch on it. So definitely want to check it out. If you do get lucky, you get to get one of the upgraded suites. Good for you. This is the parlor suite. It's got a view of the Rockies straight ahead, and it's just kind of got its separation. So that's that. So let's get right into it. Latest update. We were about to fly out at 6 a.m. Our flight got canceled, and we got rerouted to just a different location. I think we ended up getting here an hour later. Wasn't as bad as it appeared to be. We did lose some of the upgrades because the flights we were on weren't American flights, so the upgrades didn't apply. They're international flights. But ANA, it was a good airline. Definitely a shout out to them. And Delta's the other one. So, but outside of that, we checked in. As you can see, we've checked into the room, and basically we're stuck here for one day. As soon as you get here, you've got to do this swab test. Basically, they're gonna test you for COVID, and if you got it, guess what? You're staying here a little bit longer. So we get those results back later today. Hopefully, all that stuff comes back good. Got to see sunrise here in Bangkok from the window. I've gotten very little fresh air since I've left Colorado, actually, because you go from one terminal to another, and then you go from the terminal into a car to the hotel, into the hotel, and now you're locked into the room. So, haven't really got. It's kind of hot. I guess I'd take this sweater off, but
It is so hot.
it is so hot.
It's freezing.
Anyways, yeah, that's the wife. But anyways, so definitely follow the guide I put out there in the link up here. It definitely works. Another tip I give you guys: make sure you print out all your paperwork. I think that was a really valuable tip. Thai Pass. Make sure you have like a binder or something where you got all your paperwork handy, and you can just turn it up when you need to. Updates. So since my November post, some things have changed. The test and go is pretty much no more. So now if you are trying to travel to Bangkok, you would have to do the alternative quarantine process, which is somewhere between 7 and 14 days, depending on your situation. I'll put a link down below where you can get more information on that. But also another change, if you were able to do the test and go or the Thai Pass before the change, so they made it where you have to get a second test now. So while you're here, if you're here long enough, for 5 to 6 days later, you have to go back to a medical facility to get tested again. And who knows what happens after that. But I'm assuming you would have to quarantine yourself at some location. So that's the new stipulation for the test and go people who were able to do it before the cutoff. Now, I know the Prime Minister said something about it's going to last 14 days, but it sounds like, based on the Bloomberg article right here, it sounds like they're going to be extending it to the 31st of January. So more to come on that, but definitely some updates that have changed. It's a very fluid process. It was very hard to get here, but as I find out new stuff, I'll make sure to plug you guys in to any of those updates. So when you get here, you're going to see a lot of people or places where you can get cash out. Just go to the ATM. You're going to get the best exchange rate. And fun fact, I selected the option to not apply the exchange rate immediately because it's a 5.5% charge if I do that. And I'm letting my bank apply the exchange rate for me. So it looks like if I took out $300, it cost me 307 or six. Actually, yeah. So I think that was 10,000 baht was $301. There was a $5 or so fee, $6 fee. Came out to $307 out of my U.S. account. So that's with me selecting not to have them do the currency conversion. So something to think about. I'm rolling the dice on this too. I mean, but I haven't ever seen that option where you get to choose to have the currency converted at the ATM or have your bank do the currency conversion. So if anybody's got any comments on that, feel free to plug in. I'd be interested to know what you guys' thoughts are on that. But that's the option I chose. I mean, $6 fee, I'm okay with that. If you're going to give me enough money to survive, not like it matters in quarantine, but and then also, what else was it?
And when you get off the flight, the process of...
Oh, so as soon as you get off the plane, you're going to walk down this hallway. It's going to have this big Thailand Pass sign, and there's going to be a bunch of cheers. Everybody sits down. You get all your paperwork together. Show them you got your vaccination, all your cards, and all that stuff. This is where that file system helps you out big time. Have all that stuff ready. Show it to the lady. I won't even say that they didn't need to match. I gave them my wife's, and I had hers, and we still got it. So whatever.
Yeah, mix and matches.
Yeah, but anyways, so we got in there, and then you go through the whole visa or the passports, entrance, and all that stuff. So you go through there, and then once you get out of that, then you get your luggage, and then you can go to the ATM. Oh, important note. So when you come out, when I came here, it was like a lot of taxis soliciting and stuff like that. This time it's not like that. It's the ASQ hotels there. So you'll see these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe there's a 5. And they'll have all these hotels on a little screen. If I have a picture of this, I'll add it to this video. But I think I do have a video of it. But you basically pick the hotel you got or ask somebody. It's not a scam. They have these wristbands on their left arm that basically says they're hotel people, and they're legit. So, but that's where you end up going to get your connection to your ASQ, and then they have you sit in a little waiting room, and then they take you to your hotel. And then once you get here, you get swabbed, and the rest is history. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Hopefully we get out of here today, even though we checked in pretty late this morning, but we'll see. And if I have any, if not, then we'll definitely have a follow-up video on that. But questions, put them in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed, we're going to have a lot of Thailand videos. Hit the subscribe button. And if you like the video, help build the channel up. I'm basically starting from scratch. And hopefully you guys are learning through me. So until next time, Mr. Black Adventures.